Hi, good evening, everyone. As the protocol says, and the talk room is back here, let me tell you that life is too easy. No, I said something wrong. I thought people think that life is a little difficult. I think it is not both. In fact, it is a combination of life is as you take it, a little spiced up and a little easy. But yes, if you check it on the young budding talents we have all over across the nation and the globe, you will really feel that life is not that difficult too. In fact, challenges are those stepping stones which make our life easier. Here, the talk room is celebrating the young talents, the young minds of the nation. And we really feel immense proud in naming those some talents that have come forward. Maybe it is writing a book, a painting, maybe a slime maker of 10 years. Wow, that's wonderful. Today we celebrate another uniqueness with our young budding talent. We have in our studio Arit Gupta. Hi, Arit.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
Same here. I mean, we are really honored to have you. First of all, I would really let the people know that he is not only a writer, he is a poet, a young budding talent. Yes, of course, the bright future of our nation and one who holds MUN at such a tender age. I mean, we have a lot to learn from him. Arit, please tell me something about yourself.
Hi, I'm Arit Gupta from Haryana. I am 16 years old and I'm author of the book The Flames of Beginning, which I wrote when I was 14 years old. So it was among Amazon's top 100 bestsellers in its first month of production. And also, apart from that, I'm a poet and I regularly publish my articles and poems on my blog, which is therustictypewriter.com.
That's wonderful, Arif. In fact, there is, one thing that always comes in my mind when what I want to really ask you, when did this realization of becoming an author dawn to you?
So basically, what happened was when I was young, about 10 or 11 years old, I started writing blogs and started writing short stories, which were like liked by people. People really liked them. There were good comments on them. Those were some crime thrillers which I published on blog then. And after receiving the appreciation and after reading many books about crime thrillers only, I decided to write a book which was The Flames of Beginning. So it had a collection of 10 short stories, which were crime thrillers. So it was the inspiration from the people itself and the appreciation that I got that helped me to become an author, and that put that idea in my mind.
At those times, I think when you wrote this, by the way, how old were you when you wrote this book?
I was 14 years old when I wrote this.
Oh my God. And I think I was still reading Enid Blyton and I was 14. And you were writing a suspense and a thriller stories that really means a lot, you know. And how long did it take to write your book?
So it took a couple of months. Like I started writing in
Yeah, I
January, I
lost you
guess it
somewhere.
was.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, so I started writing in January, I guess, and like it took a little bit of
Yeah, I
time
can hear
because
you. I can hear you.
okay, so I started writing in January. It took a time because like I also decided to add a poem in the book. So after I wrote the stories, which took a couple of months, like 10 stories, so I used to write a story every week and then edit it out. And after some time, like it took a couple of months, I guess, about 6 to 7 or 8 to 9 months, or more than that, 10 months. So that was the time it took me to write the Flames of Beginning.
Sorry, I think I lost you somewhere. Arit, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
think the
okay.
network connection
Yeah,
was
yeah,
very.
some network error. I mean, this is the new normal, and we all have to, bear it. So, All right. So please tell me, like, how many, you were talking about how many months or how much time did you take to write this book?
Yeah, so like I said, I started in January, and I like decided to write as many short stories I could to add in the book, and also a poem on Earth which I added in the book in the beginning, because like Earth is the basis of our creation, so we should also always start by respecting the nature. So I added that poem. I started writing it. It took a couple of months. Like I wrote a story.
I think we've lost Arith, but yes, we have to bear the new normals. Okay, we lost you somewhere again.
Hello.
Okay, so you
Uh,
wrote some poems in your book.
Yeah, so it took about 7 to 8 months or more than that, I guess, about 10 months to complete it and edit it out. And that was the time it took me to complete that book.
Wonderful. So, writing and studying together, was it a little hectic? What was your work schedule? I mean, studying all together, writing a book really needs efforts.
So basically, at that time, I used to balance it out. Like I used to write at night when there was absolute silence and I was done with the academic part of the day. So after my tuitions and everything and the school, I used to write at night. Even today, when I'm writing my second book right now, and also the articles for the blog. So I always write at about 9 or 10 p.m. at night till the time I wish to continue, because at the time, like, there's no pressure. I am done with every other part of the day, the academics and everything.
That's the wonderful part. I really love people who write at the night time because even I am fond of writing. Even I wrote my book at night time. I think because what we feel is, it's very peaceful. We are done with the humdrums of, everyday routines. That's absolutely. But tell me one thing, Arith, what inspired you to write this book? Who's your inspiration, in fact? I wouldn't know that.
So yeah. So I like many authors like Agatha Christie. I was inspired by the way she wrote, and she wrote crime thrillers only. I read many books that she wrote, and the words were quite inspiring. Then Roald Dahl also wrote fiction. I was also inspired by the way he wrote. Then my parents also encouraged me a lot. So all those things combined were my inspiration to write the book.
Absolutely. And, what, according to you, makes a good story?
According to me, I must say I can tell you about crime thrillers. In crime thrillers, you need twists and turns at every moment to keep the audience on their seats. You need to give them something at every point of time so that they stick with the story. They keep on reading the story until they are done. You need to start with a twist in every chapter. Like even I'm working on my second book, so in every chapter there is a twist and turn. So that is something we need in every story, and at the end obviously we need to unravel the suspense and tell them the truth. But before that, the way come to the truth, the way you find the truth, is basically the exciting part, and we need to work on that in the story.
That's wonderful. So I think that we are expecting the another thriller stories to come back to us. Is that so?
Yeah, it like this time I last time I wrote a collection of 10 short stories. This time I'm working on entire novel, an entire novel as in a single story which will unravel in several parts. So that is what I'm working on this time. It is a crime thriller.
Wonderful. We really look forward to read the another, new thriller stories coming to us. Of course, we wish you that it becomes the bestseller again as it did the previous time.
Thank
But
you.
tell me one thing, Ari, they've given a choice. Is it writing a book or poetry? What do you think?
I mean, according to me, in the poetry section, I basically write poems dedicated to the nature or several parts of my imaginative world, you can say, light, darkness, and what's going on in the world, or nature, like I said, earth, water. These are some of my poems. So they are completely different. I guess if you can't choose between the two, because crime thrillers are what keep a person up at night, and poems are what help you go through the day. imagining a poem, writing it in verses is what really helps you. So I can't really choose between the two. Both are my favorite piece of work.
Oh, that's wonderful. So they are like two eyes of ours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you really look forward to pursue this as your career, Arit?
Yeah, I look forward to pursuing writing as my career and become a successful novelist. So I hope that wish comes true. I'll obviously work on that and pursue a similar career in college also, and I like to pursue my career in writing only.
Wow, that's wonderful. This is something separately from the league because we see so many people opting out to be an engineer or a doctor, maybe, into some professionalism. But this is really, I'd love to hear from a youth coming out that he wants to become a writer. So that definitely tells us about the, change in the minds. And really, people have started to understand how important each and every career is. That's really nice. But tell me one thing, Arit. Is your family happy about it that you want to pursue this career?
Yeah, my family has also always been encouraging me to pursue any career I want. So they are happy about it. And like you said, I even wrote a poem. The last short it was called. It was on how there are conventional ways in a career to pursue a career, like doctors, engineers. Many people tell us there are conventional ways, easy ways to go, but we should pursue what we like. That was all the poem was about that I wrote. It was
Can you
long time ago,
say
I
that
guess, but
again? Okay, please go ahead.
the poem.
Yeah.
The poem, yeah, just let me open it because it was a long time ago I wrote it.
See how multi-talented our youngsters are. Getting into, breaking the chains of conventional thinking. They are actually thinking to become something. And really, we look forward to such people who can be, they are making our nation brighter every day. So are we ready with the poem?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
yeah. So it was the only shot. I wrote this poem. I wrote this poem about 2 to 3 years ago, and it was uh, doctors, engineers are the only successful in life. It's a common phrase heard in our society. Why don't we prefer to first have a look at the variety? Why is the society so rigid to have these traditions when there are a lot many professions? The future of a country are asked to suppress the creative power while the mixture of brain and unwanted profession is very sour. These professions may be considered a bit lucrative, but remember that one who wants to taste success has to earn it. Don't run in the same old race because it is nothing but a game of zero. Choose your profession wisely because fame cannot be bought, and in life, you just have one shot.
Wonderful. That's a big hand for you. A real applaud that you need. We really wish, Arid, that you keep up the good work that you are doing. Keep on inspiring and encouraging others with the kind of work that you've been putting up. And we wish you a great success. May this again be a bestseller, and you keep on writing poetry close to nature because that's one thing people have really started to forget. The last message, a quick message that you would like to give before the wrap up.
So I would like to give a message to all the aspiring authors out there that pursue, if you like writing, if you are engaged in writing, then read many books related to whatever genre you write, and then pursue a career in that. Because while people might say that it's not the conventional way to go, if you like it, then you will succeed in it. So that's the message I would like to give everyone, that be what you want to be, not what the society wants you to be.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful message on behalf of Arith. Even I would like to say that be what you want to be. That's the message because it is important not to fall in the rat race, not to fall in the traps, but be what you want to be. Be yourself. That's the keynote and the message and the takeaway that we take from Arith today. Thank you so much, Arith, for being here today. And we really
Yeah,
look
thank
forward
you.
to have you as one of the best author, not only in the nation, but of the world very soon.
Thank,
Good luck to
thank you
you
for
from
having me.
Trust team.
Thank you.
Thank you.